Welcome back with another video on TryHackMe.com. This is Ahinazi and we are doing enumeration and brute force. So from today, we're gonna do every new machine available or the room available on TryHackMe.com, and we'll try to publish it as soon as possible. So we're gonna start with the enumeration and brute force here, and we will move it from there. So if I can show you very quickly what activities are available in the new room. So we're gonna starting with the enumeration and brute force, and then the forensic imaging and the rest of the new rooms here. So this will be our go-to things from now on, and this is in addition to the path that we will do on this channel. Okay, so let's get into it. I already started the attack box and the machine in this task. So task 1 is introduction. So introduction, authentication enumeration is a fundamental aspect of security testing and concentrating specifically on the mechanism that protects sensitive aspect of web application. This process involves methodically inspecting various authentication components ranging from username validation to password policies, session management. Each of these elements is meticulously tested because they represent potential vulnerabilities that, if exploited, could lead to significant security breaches. Okay, so the objectives are, by the end of this room, you will understand the significance of the enumeration and how it sets the stage for effective brute force attacks. Learn advanced enumeration methods, mainly focusing on extracting information from verbose error messages. Third is comprehend the relationship between enumeration and the brute force attacks in compromising authentication mechanism. Okay, gain practical experience using tools and techniques for both enumeration and brute force attacks. Awesome. So we're gonna do the practical as well. Prerequisites, or before starting this room, you should have a basic understanding of following concept: familiarity with HTTP and HTTPS, we have it, including request response structure and common status code, we know about this. Experience using tool like Burpsuit, if not, we will learn it. Basic proficiency in navigating and using the Linux command line, yes, we have it already. So answer the question below. Deploy the target VM attached to this task by pressing the green start button. We already did so. After obtaining the machine's generated IP address, you can either use the attack box or your own VM connected to TryHackMe's VPN. Add this one 10.10.239.63 to your etc host file. For example, this one. After 3 minutes, visit the enum.thm to access the machine. We recommend using the attack box for this room. Sure. So this one is completed and my streak level is upgraded as well. Okay, so split view. So I will press any key here. Let me launch a terminal here. Let's see what we have inside the etc host first. Yeah, nothing much. All right, so we can add basically 10 dot, for example, echo 10 dot 239.63, and this mean appended at the end of some file, so we want it to be enum.thm. all right, so the file is etc host. So let's see if this is there. Yeah, this is there, as you can see on my screen. And now let's visit this one to make sure this is available. So in the attack box, we are already connected to the network, so we don't need to do anything here. But if you are using your own Kali Linux, then you need to connect with the VPN, right? I'm not gonna do anything here. I'm just gonna go paste. All right, so it's working. Awesome. Authentication enumeration. All right, so let's see. Authentication enumeration. Think of yourself as a digital detective. It's not just about picking up clues, it's about understanding what these clues reveal about the security of the system. This is essentially what authentication enumeration involves. It's like piecing together a puzzle rather than just ticking off items on a checklist. Yeah, okay. Authentication enumeration is like peeling back the layers of an onion. You remove each layer of a system security to reveal real operations underneath. It's not just about routine checks, it's about seeing how everything is connected. Alright, okay. Identifying a valid user. Knowing a valid user lets an attacker focus just on the password. You can figure out users in different ways, like observing how the application responds during login or password reset. For example, error messages that specify this account does not exist or incorrect password can hint at valid usernames, making an attacker's job easier. Awesome, yeah. This is very true, by the way. Password policies, the guidelines when creating passwords can provide valuable insight into the complexity of the passwords used in an application. By understanding these policies, an attacker can gauge the potential complexity of the passwords and tailor their strategy accordingly. For example, the below PHP code uses regex to require a password that includes symbols, numbers, and uppercase letters. So this is a PHP file. We have the variable here, which is basically getting the password from the post request, and then the pattern is here. We are starting it, and multiple AZs should be there, and then something digit should be there. And I don't know about this. I think this is something related to symbols or something. And then this is the regex. So pre-reg underscore match, then we are passing both of these, and if this is true, password is valid. If not, then the password is not valid. In the above example, if the supplied password does not satisfy the policy defined in the pattern variable, the application will return an error message revealing the regex code required, and attacker might generate a dictionary that satisfies this policy. Okay. Commonplace, but you cannot get the actual policy, right? The regex itself, unless you have the code, right? Or maybe there is a guesswork involved. Common places to enumerate: when applications are full of features that make things easier for users but can also expose them to risks. Okay, registration pages. Yeah, this is registration pages are always a risk. Web applications typically make the user registration process straightforward and informative by immediately indicating whether an email or username is available. While this feedback is designed to enhance user experience, it can inadvertently serve a dual purpose. If a registration attempt results in a message stating that a username or email is already taken, the application is unwittingly confirming its existence to anyone trying to register. Attackers exploit this feature by testing potential usernames or emails, thus compiling a list of active users without needing direct access to the underlying database. Alright. Password reset feature. The password reset mechanisms are designed to help users regain access to their accounts by entering their details to receive reset instructions. However, the difference in the application's response can unintentionally reveal sensitive information. For example, variation in an application's feedback about whether a username exists can help attackers verify user identities. By analyzing these responses, attackers can refine their list of valid usernames, substantially improving the effectiveness of subsequent attacks. Alright, so password reset feature can be used to trick the system. Verbose errors. This is another way. For example, if you give too much detail to the end user, that could be used to, devise a strategy. Verbose error messages during login attempts or other interactive processes can reveal too much. When these messages differentiate between username not found and incorrect password, they are intended to help user understand their login issues. However, they also provide attackers with definitions clues about valid usernames, which can be exploited for more targeted attacks. Data breach information. Data from various security breaches is a goldmine for attackers as it allows them to test whether compromised username and passwords are reused across different platforms. If an attacker finds a match, it's just not only that the username is reused but also potential password recycling, especially if the password has been breached before. This technique demonstrates how the effects of a single data breach can ripple through multiple platforms, exploiting the connections between various online identities. This is very true, especially if you are using same credential for all other systems as well. What type of error messages can unintentionally provide attackers the confirmation of valid users? Verbose errors. Here, if you give too much information in your errors, right? Where is the practical, guys? I don't see the practical here. Just the theory. Maybe this is the task with the practical. All right. Enumerating users via verbose errors. Understanding verbose errors. So imagine you are a detective with a knack for spotting clues that others might overlook. The world of web development, verbose errors are like unintentional whispers of a system. Okay, revealing secrets meant to be kept hidden. Yeah. These detailed error messages are invaluable during the debugging process, helping developers understand exactly what went wrong. However, just like an overheard conversation might reveal too much, these verbose errors can unintentionally expose sensitive data to those who know how to listen. Okay, verbose errors can turn into a goldmine of the information, providing insights such as internal paths, database details, and user information. Internal paths like a map leading to hidden treasure. These reveals the file paths and directory structure of the application server, which might contain configuration files or secret keys that are not visible to a normal user. Database details, offering a sneak peek into the database. These errors might spill secrets like table names and column details. If you're sending, for example, if there is an error, database error, and you are sending the database error back to the end user as it is, then this is a problem. Usually you don't do that. You create user-friendly pages or user-friendly error messages which does not reveal the inner working of the system. User information. Sometimes these errors can even hint at usernames or other personal data, providing clues that are crucial for further investigation. All right, maybe the user information could be revealed. Inducing verbose errors. Attackers induce verbose errors as a way to force the application to reveal its secrets. Below are some common techniques used to provoke these errors. Invalid login attempts. This is like knocking on every door to see which one will open. By intentionally entering incorrect username and password, attackers can trigger error messages that help distinguish between valid and invalid usernames. For example, entering a username that does not exist might trigger a different error message than entering one that does, revealing which usernames are active. This is very true. Do we need to do that here? SQL injection. This technique involves slipping malicious SQL commands into entry fields, hoping the system will stumble and reveal information about its database structure. For example, placing a single code in a login field might cause the database to throw an error inadvertently, exposing details about its schema. File inclusion path traversal. By manipulating file paths, attackers can attempt to access restricted files, forcing the system into errors that reveal internal paths. For example, using directory traversal sequences like this one could lead to errors that disclose restricted file paths. Okay, I'm feeling sleepy here. Form manipulation. Tweaking form fields or parameter can trick the application into displaying errors that disclose backend logic or sensitive user information. For example, altering hidden form fields to trigger validation errors might reveal insights into the expected data format or structure. So we are trying to find a way into the application that could be exploited, right? So we are doing all of this Application fuzzing. Fuzzing is also a testing technique, right? Application fuzzing, sending unexpected inputs to various parts of the application to see how it reacts, can help identify weak points. For example, tools like Burp Suite Intruder are used to automate the process, bombarding the application with payloads to see which ones provoke informative errors. The role of the enumeration and brute forcing. When it comes to the breaching, authentication, enumeration, and brute forcing often go hand in hand, but it is not so simple nowadays because people put captcha there, and if you're sending too many requests will be either throttled or your IP address will be blocked for temporary time, maybe 1 hour, 10 hour, whatever, right? So the best way to go is using the bots or proxy network or something like that. So yeah, user enumeration, discovering valid users sets the stage, reducing the guesswork in subsequent brute force attacks, exploiting verbose errors. The insights gained from these errors can illuminate aspects like password policies and account logout mechanism, paving the way for more effective brute force strategies. All right. So we have user enumeration and exploiting verbose error. Okay. In summary, verbose errors are like breadcrumbs leading attackers deeper into the system, providing them with the insights needed to tailor their strategies and potentially compromise security in ways that could go undetected until it's too late. Yeah. If there is no, kind of alert or anything, and if you are able to compromise system, then it is too late for the system owners, right? Enumeration is in authentication forms. In the HackerOne report, so here is the report. Let me open it here. So this is HackerOne report. Let's see if what they talk about. The attacker was able to enumerate users using the website's forget password function. Similarly, we can also enumerate emails in login forms. For example, navigate to the this particular URL. So let's do that here. We can also enumerate emails in the login form. For example, navigate to this and put an email address in the email input field. Some at TryHackMe.com and password is 123456. When you input an invalid email, the website will respond with email does not exist, indicating that the email has not been registered yet. Email does not exist, so that means the email is not there, right? However, if the email is already registered, the website will respond with an invalid password error message indicating that the email exists in the database but the password is incorrect. Okay, below is a Python script that will check for the valid emails in the target app. Save the code as script.py. Sure. Do I have? I don't have Microsoft code, but it's okay. Let me see. I'm looking for Notepad. If we have it here. Word list. Do we have any kind of pad here? Okay, so I like mousepad, to be honest. So I'm gonna go with apt install mousepad because it have a nice GUI available. So we'll just copy paste and we'll be done with it. So in this script.py import request import sys, and then the email will be passed, and there are hard-coded URLs here, and they are all directed to enum.thm. Then we are passing the header user agent is Mozilla, accept application JSON, text JavaScript, and all other things. Subject language is ENUS, encoding gzip or deflate. The content type that we'll be sending is URL encode type. Associated with the XML HTTP request or region connection close and whatnot. So this is the data we are passing. Email password, user random password, as we are only checking the email. So password could be anything. And then we are sending the request as post with URL, headers, and data. And then once the response is coming, we are just returning the response. So this is the enumerate email. Email file will be given, and then the valid email will be in the list. Invalid error message is this one that we just put it here just to test the condition. We're opening the file as read only and then reading all the lines in the email, and then we are doing a for loop on top of every email, removing any leading and trailing white space. We are doing this with the email.strip, and if email is there, it's not null, then we are checking it, and then we are comparing the response, and if it is invalid, then we are displaying it. If it is valid, we are still printing a message and putting the email into the valid emails. So this is the whole program here. So mousepad script.py. Alright, so let me put this one here somewhere. I'll copy it and paste here. I think I copied everything, right? Yeah, everything is there, so I will just save it and then close it. All right, so there they saying check here for a breakdown of the script. Check here for the breakdown. Okay, you can, so I explained everything, so you can go ahead and check what is going on. All right, so I'm gonna just move along. We can use a common list of email from this repository. Okay. User underscore Gmail accounts. So can I download this one? Yeah. So this is the username Gmail, which is coming under the downloads. So okay, we'll use that. Once you have downloaded the payload, list use the script on the tag box on your machine to check for a valid email addresses. Okay, so where I am, by the way, PWD. So I'm on the root side. So let's do one thing. I need to download this one into my attack box. All right. So either I can do okay, I will download it here. It is downloaded. Let me see. Yeah, it's already in the root, so we are good. Both of these files are in the root. So I will just go to here and let's run the script. Python 3. I hope this is there, and then the username, and then let's see what happens here. Invalid. Wow, it's going with full speed. What is the valid email address from the list? I'm not sure. Okay, wait. So the valid email address is only one. Wow. And I'm surprised that we have the valid email address here. Awesome. So let's move on to the task 4. Task 4, exploiting vulnerable password reset logic. Okay, password reset flow vulnerabilities. Password reset mechanism is an important part of the user convenience in modern web application. However, their implementation requires careful security consideration before poorly secured password reset process can be easily exploited. Email-based reset. When a user resets their password, the application sends an email containing a reset link or a token to the user's registered email address. The user then clicks on this link, which direct them to page where they can enter a new password and confirm it, or a system will automatically generate a new password for the user. This matter relies heavily on the security of the user's email account and secrecy of the link on the token sent. Okay, security question based reset. This involves the user answering a series of pre-configured security questions they had set up when creating their account. If the answers are correct, the system allows the user to proceed with resetting their password. While this method adds a layer of security by requiring information only the user should know, it can be compromised if an attacker gains access to the personally identifiable information PI, which can sometimes be easily found or guessed. Okay, so security based question like what is your social security number, what is your date of birth, or primary school of education, something like that. Since everything is available on the Facebook or some sites other than that, so this kind of security mechanism could be breached. Okay, SMS based reset. This functions similarly to email based reset but uses SMS to deliver a reset code or link directly to the user's mobile phone. Once the users receive the code, they can enter it on the provided web page to access the password reset functionality. This method assumes that access to the user's phone is secure, but it can be vulnerable to the SIM swapping attacks or intercepts. So I don't know what is SIM swapping attack. It could be like copying the SIM and putting the SIM and another phone, and if there is any message, both of these phones will receive the messages. I'm not sure, but maybe this is the right explanation. Each of these methods has its vulnerabilities. Predictable tokens. If the reset token used in the link or SMS messages are predictable or follows a sequential pattern, attacker might guess or brute force their way to generate valid reset users. Yeah, okay. So for example, if your token is not expiring or if you are enabling too many retries, that many user will be able to guess the token. And if the token is just 4 characters, then it is very easy. If it is 5 and 6, that could take a lot of retries, right? Okay. Token expiration issues. Tokens that remain valid for too long or do not expire immediately after use provide a window of opportunity for attackers. It's crucial that tokens expire swiftly to limit this window. Yes. Insufficient validation. The mechanism for verifying a user identity, like security questions or email-based authentication, might be weak and susceptible to exploitation if the questions are too common or the email account is compromised. Yeah, this is true. Information disclosure. An error message that specifies whether an email address or username is registered can inadvertently help attackers in their enumeration efforts. Confirming the existence of the accounts. Insecure transport. The transmission of reset links or tokens over non-HTTPS connections can expose these critical elements to intercept by network eavesdroppers. Okay, so if you're not using the HTTPS or non-encrypted traffic, then this could, if somebody is on your network and they are eavesdropping, then they can basically see the traffic. I'm back after taking my coffee. Exploiting predictable tokens. Tokens that are simple, predictable, or have long expiration times can be particularly vulnerable to interception or brute force. For example, the below code is used by the vulnerable application hosted in the predictable token lab. Okay, so we are using token mt underscore rand 100 and 200. We are doing that, and then query prepare updates user set reset token is equal to I think this will be passed here bind underscore parameter ss, and then the token is token1 token variable, and then the email, and then we are executing the code above sets a random 3-digit pin. 3-digit is not enough, guys. It should be at least 6 digits as the reset token of the submitted email. Since this token does not imply mixed characters, it can be easily brute force. Yes, to demonstrate this, go to this one, predictable tokens. We are gonna copy, go. Are we opening up a new session? Do we have already opened session here? Yeah, we have it. So let's open a new tab. And here is the welcome to Vuln app. So we have login, email, password, submit, and forget password here. Okay, navigate to the application password reset page. Okay, input admin underscore admin. It's very bad to put admin user with your public interface. There should be a backend system where user can log in, and admin, and when the database should be separate from the actual application that the user will see, so that if your actual application is compromised, user cannot do much, right? Since the control is on your backend system. Okay, and also you need to make sure that the data that is available on the user or the public facing website is less, and you are migrating your data to some other backend system. So even your the front end system is compromised, the data breach will be very minimal. Okay, so these are all best practices that you need to use. Okay, a password reset link has been sent to your email. Okay, the application will respond with the success message. Okay, for demonstration purpose, the web application uses the reset link like this. Okay. Okay, notice that the token is a simple numeric value. Using burp suite, navigate to the above URL and capture the request. Okay, so let's do that. So in order to do this, what will I do? I will make it full screen, and I will minimize from here so that we have a lot of room to move around. So let me open up the burp suite, which will be available here, community edition. All right, so let me open up this request at least. Okay, once it is opened, I will change the proxy here to burp suite and let burp suite open today. All right, so let's next start burp suite. We are good, we are good. As you can see, I mean, the resources burp suite is taking a lot. All right, starting the project, please wait. We are waiting. All right, so we don't wanna do anything here. We just wanna go to the proxy. Intercept is already on. So let's capture this request. Where is our burp suite, man? Here is the burp suite to capture the request. I think we need to go with the intruder. I'll forward it. Wait a moment. Which one okay, this was the cat request, right? What about now? What is this? Okay, forward. Did we get the right request here? Because as you can see, we have the cookie and then the request itself. Okay, all right, so what else we need to do? Okay, so we captured the request already. Now Send the request to the intruder, highlight the value of the token parameter, which is this one, and click the add payload button and show as below. Okay. Using the attack box on your own attack VM, use crunch to generate a list of numbers from 100 to 200. This list will be used as a dictionary in the brute force attack. Okay, got it. So let's go. So this is the parameter that we will be using. So click on add. This is done. Now we need to use a payload. For the simple is to have, for example, we can do that. Let's use the crunch as this instructed us. Alright, opt.txt. So I'm gonna do it in the machine itself. Alright. So here's crunch 33. And it will output the OTP here, and this is the format that they're gonna use, and crunch will now generate. Okay, so it is generated if I do ls otp.txt is there. So let's load this one. otp.txt, open. So we have from 100 to 200. Okay, one of them will be the actual OTP. We are done. We have done this step. The attack. Okay, the attack will take time to finish if you are using Verbose with community. However, once successful, you will get a response with a much bigger content length compared to the response with an invalid token. Yeah, this is, I mean, one way of seeing that. I will show you another way of comparing. So we can do one. For example, the status code is 200, right? So let's see. So you can go to the response itself and render it. Allow. Okay, so this is disabled. We need to enable the setting in order to do that. So basically, using the render, you will be able to see the actual output rendered in the browser. So you will be able to distinguish if the response is what we are expecting or if there is any difference. Okay, rather than just going with the content length itself. Sometimes the content length is not the right way to identify. All right. So these are invalid token. As you can see, most of them are getting invalid tokens. So let's see if we already found. Yeah, we found this one. And response is okay. Your new password is this one. So we found already. It was 133, the payload one, right? And they will ask us. Okay, log into the application using the new password. Okay, we need to log into the application. So I already have this. Okay, wait. I will close the Verbose wait. Basically, I will disable it. And where is the Firefox that I have already opened? Yeah, here. So I will click on login. Here is my password, and email address is admin@admin, and I submit. admin.com. Sorry. I'll submit, and here is my flag. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So I think we are already past 39 minutes. So once we'll come back, I think we're gonna resume from here, exploiting HTTP basic authentication, or I will just create the two parts of this video so you will not get bored. So once we come back, we will start from task 5 and complete until task 7. Thank you very much for joining this video, guys. So if you have any comment and suggestion, please put it in down below. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up and share it with others, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.